Okay, so you know how you were asking about that Nextnet thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, we take a deep dive into it for you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you know how you're always looking for new ways to learn things?
Totally.
This seems right up your alley.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so basically they're calling it like a life sciences AI platform,
Okay.
and they're really trying to push this idea of making research enjoyable for researchers again.
Interesting.
Yeah, they use this tagline where researchers love researching.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, and when you look at what they're trying to support, it's like everything a researcher does,
Like what?
like researching, searching, collaborating, learning, sharing, curating, connecting.
Wow, so like all of it.
Yeah, basically like a one-stop shop for all things research.
That's ambitious.
For sure. But they're saying the key is this semantic web unifying the world's biomedical data.
Okay, now you're talking my language.
Right. So how would you explain that to someone who's not, super techie?
Well, imagine okay, so you know how the internet connects different web pages?
Yeah.
But imagine instead of just connecting the pages, it like connected the ideas on those pages.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's like it understands what the information actually means.
Okay, that's kind of blowing my mind.
And then it can like link things together based on that meaning.
So if I'm searching for a specific gene, it wouldn't just show me articles that mention it. It would show me how that gene is connected to diseases and drugs and stuff.
Exactly, and like what pathways it's involved in and like all these different connections that you might not even think to search for.
So you're not just getting a list of results, you're getting a map of knowledge.
Right, a map of how everything fits together.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to build with Nextnet.
And they have these two main tools, right?
Yeah. Copilot and Explorer.
Okay, so an AI assistant?
Pretty much. But they're saying it's different from like ChatGPT and stuff.
How so?
Well, because it's only pulling from like verified scientific sources.
Oh, so it's not just making stuff up.
No, it's evidence-backed. So
Like if ChatGPT tried to give you a cake recipe, it might make up ingredients.
exactly.
But Copilot is going to stick to what's actually published in research papers.
Right. It's like having a research assistant who's read every paper in the library.
That would be amazing.
Right. And that's what they're trying to do with Copilot.
So it's all about giving you accurate information to help you focus on the important stuff.
Exactly. And they highlight three main ways it does that.
Okay, hit me.
First, evidence-backed answers, that's like their big thing.
Right. So you can trust the information.
Exactly. And then second, they talk about making time for great science.
I like that. So it's helping you cut through all the noise.
Yeah. So instead of spending hours scrolling through papers, Copilot surfaces the most relevant ones right away.
So you can spend more time actually thinking and analyzing.
Right. And then the third thing is smarter curation.
Okay, so it's not just giving you an answer, it's helping you understand where that answer came from.
Yeah. So it links the answer to the specific excerpts in the paper.
That's cool, so you can see the context.
And then you can click through to the full paper and even send it over to Explore for a more visual analysis.
Oh, that's a nice segue because, Explorer, that's their other tool.
Right. And that's where the connected search engine comes in.
So it's seeing the relationships between different pieces of information.
Yeah. So instead of just getting a list of results, you get these interactive brainstorming maps.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's really cool. You can see how genes and drugs and diseases are all connected.
So you can discover things you might not have even thought to search for.
Exactly. It's about revealing those hidden connections.
Okay, I'm starting to see how powerful this could be.
Yeah, and they have a list view too, if you prefer a more traditional way of seeing results.
Okay, so you've got options.
Right, but even in the list view, you still get all those rich details and relationships.
Because it's all powered by that semantic web.
Exactly.
And they also talk about sharing and commenting features.
Right, so you can collaborate with other researchers.
I mean, research is rarely a solo thing, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And these features make it really easy to share your findings and get feedback.
Yeah, like having a built-in lab meeting.
Kinda.
Okay, so we keep talking about the semantic web, but can we break it down a bit more?
Sure, so they're calling it the world's largest semantic web of life sciences.
Okay, so basically a massive database of everything.
Yeah, but it's not just about storing the data. It's about understanding it.
It's not just a pile of papers. It's an organized library.
Exactly. And the way they organize it is through this thing called an ontology.
Ontology.
Yes, it's like a set of rules that define all the concepts and how they're related.
So it's the blueprint for the whole system.
Right. And that's what allows them to do all this cool stuff with Copilot and Explorer.
Okay, that makes sense. So who are they saying this platform is for?
Well, they have a few different target audiences, like individual researchers.
Okay.
biotech, startups,
Uh-huh.
academia, and then coming soon, pharma and enterprise.
So they're really trying to cover the whole spectrum.
Yeah, and for each group, they highlight different benefits.
Like for individual researchers, they talk about how easy it is to start new projects
Right, and having Copilot there to help you every step of the way.
and being able to quickly find the papers you need.
And then for biotech startups, they focus on like the data platform aspect.
So it's like having a data team without actually having to hire one.
Right, and they talk about the potential for collaboration too.
And what about academia?
Well, they mentioned partnerships, equipping students, and, that whole time-saving thing.
Yeah, being able to quickly find research is huge for students.
Totally. And then for the bigger companies, they're really emphasizing control and privacy.
Which makes sense. I mean, they're dealing with a lot more sensitive data.
Right, so they're talking about things like single sign-on, two-factor authentication, and all those security compliance standards.
Okay, so they're taking it seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is always my favorite part. Is Nextnet right for you?
It's like a self-assessment.
Exactly. So you don't waste time on something that's not a good fit.
And they're pretty upfront about it. Like, if you prefer going through a sales process just to try something,
Yeah, this is not for you.
nope. They want you to just dive in and try it out.
And they also say if you're like skeptical about AI in research,
Then Nextnet's probably not your cup of tea.
because it's all about using AI to help researchers, not replace them.
Right. It's like a tool, not a takeover.
Exactly. And they're also really big on evidence-based results.
Yeah. So if you're looking for like creative, but maybe not accurate information,
Look elsewhere.
haha. Yeah, they're not about that.
They're all about accuracy, and they want you to try before you buy,
Right. The free tier gives you access to a lot of the core features.
which is great. And they even mention, like, if you enjoy spending hours searching for sources,
Yeah, if that's your thing, Nextnet is going to ruin all your fun.
haha, because it makes finding information so much faster.
Exactly.
And they also talk about being open to new interfaces.
Yeah, like their interactive maps.
So if you're like stuck in your old ways,
Nextnet might not be the best fit.
but if you're willing to try new things,
It could really change the way you do research.
okay, I'm convinced. Let's look at these testimonials.
All right, so first up we have Dr. Timothy Fong from Genetic.
He seems pretty impressed.
Oh, yeah. He calls it a quantum leap forward.
Wow.
And he compares it to having an expert colleague from every scientific discipline.
That's a bold statement.
It is. But he's really excited about how Nextnet is helping his team identify drug targets.
And get this, he says they've discovered over 10,000 new connections every month using the platform.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's like a whole new level of insight.
Totally. And then we have Dr. Cassian Yi from MD Anderson Cancer Center.
What does he have to say?
Well, he's all about the time-saving aspect. He estimates they're saving like 12 weeks per year.
Whoa, that's huge.
Right. And he really likes how Nextnet can connect both text and molecular data.
So it's like bridging the gap between different types of information.
Exactly. And he thinks this could lead to some major breakthroughs in T-cell therapies.
That's amazing. And last but not least, Dr. Martin Giedlin from Sunny Bio.
He says Nextnet has completely transformed their research process.
My praise.
Yeah, and he's saving hours every month thanks to their ability to quickly scan millions of articles.
He actually gave a number 9 million articles per query.
Yeah, and he said it used to take weeks to do that manually.
Nowadays days.
It's crazy how much faster it is.
These testimonials are really impressive.
Yeah, it's clear that Nextnet is making a real difference for researchers.
So to sum it all up, it sounds like Nextnet is offering a pretty compelling package.
Yeah, a powerful AI platform,
Yeah.
a massive semantic web, and these intuitive tools that connect all the dots.
And it's all designed to make research faster, easier, and more enjoyable.
Exactly. And remember, this is all based on what Nextnet themselves has said.
Right, we're just presenting the information.
But it's definitely food for thought.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about the potential for AI to like connect all this knowledge,
It's mind-blowing.
what areas of research do you think could be most revolutionized by a platform like Nextnet?
That's a good question.
It really makes you wonder how these tools are going to shape the future of science.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to be a researcher, that's for sure.
Totally.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's our deep dive on Nextnet.
Thanks for joining us.
And be sure to let us know what you think.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Until next time, stay curious.
And keep exploring.
Bye.
See ya.